Hello buddy, who's the whole universe? I hope everything is fine. I'm a Russian and who brings value to my own experience. And this man is running with post.x, post.y, post.z and vel.x, vel.y, vel.z and also acc.x, acc.y, acc.z. That respectively it is position and also velocity and his acceleration by axes axes of x and y and z. And this is interesting, by the way, and each his part is doing some actions this good, and also he produces some of the H2O, and also he has his way pathfinding algorithm with Dijkstra algorithm, Floyd Warshall algorithm, Bellman-Ford algorithm he can use, and also if it could be also Kruskal algorithm and Prim's algorithm, and it is about graphs and spinning and spanning and different types of this. So today I was practicing a lot of algorithms and data structures through my sports programming championships practice, because I'm kind of inside of it right now. I started to be, it's not like the first day of me learning it, but it is kind of the first maybe day when I started to dive to it more deeply than on every days, on previous days. Maybe yesterday I dived too, but today I invested maybe the same amount of time that I invested yesterday, and it is interesting. And today we're going to discuss about different types of algorithms and different types of tasks that I've seen and etc. So we have different types of tasks. First of all, it could be a task with pathfinding. It could be like we have a goblin on position of X, O, Y, O, and he need to go to X, N, Y, N position, or maybe he could go to, for example, a Y, X, X, K, Y, N position, for example, or etc. It could be different, and he is maybe on the grid M to V. I mean that M times V grid, he is there, and he needs to go to some place, and need to find the algorithm to go to this place, or need to find the algorithm to go to this place without going to the monsters on the grid of K times N, for example, or M times N, or N times N, or M times M, or maybe 8 times 8. It all depends. The 8 times 8 it is the chessboard, for example, and we have bishop, for example, who moves in a specific types of movements, or maybe we have a knight who moves with a specific letter of G in Russian language. It is, if I will describe it, it is 3 to the forward and 1 to the left, or 1 to the right, or 3 to the downside and 1 to the left, or 1 to the right, or 3 to the left and 1 to the up, 3 to the left and 1 to the down, and also 3 to the right and 1 to the up, and 3 to the right and 1 to the down. It is the knight opportunities. Also we have queen who goes everywhere and with anywhere, and not kind of the portaling to any place, but actually okay, with the lines of this and this types of things. And also we have pawns who are doing some locations by 1 or by 2, it all depends on the starting position. And also king who goes everywhere but with only 1 step, and etc. And need to program to make it optimized. Okay, it is one of the types of things that we have inside of the competitive programming. It is need to solve this task on the first inputs that you have, and you need to have the outputs, and you have constraints. For example, monster will be appeared, or you don't need to go on this location or to that location or to that location. The same with locks. Locks, do you know what is it? Lock, it is the specific thing on your luggage. For example, you have the code, you need to decode it, and to decode it we have 4, for example, 4 wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have the slots of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and on first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 on second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 on third, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0 and 0 on each two. I maybe skipped a little bit. Each of them has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, and it is the string value. String value means that it will be written not in integer but actually as a text. And we have byte short in long flow, double char, string, boolean, different types of data structures. Actually, string it is composed by char because char it is character, and string it is the composite of characters. It is compound of them. String is compound by the characters. It is like the words, yes, and character is only one thing. And okay, we have matrices, we have logs, we have also phone numbers and also phone keyboard. When you click, you maybe remember from 2000 different types of keyboards, and you have the code that it is associated with the specific number. Number is integer number associated with the specific letters, and especially with a specific position on this. For example, if you click if you click 2 times on one button with the gap of the seconds, for example, less than or equals to 0.5, then you can produce the change of the letter. For example, A could be changed on B if you click on 2 times, and between these things will be the gap of 0.5 seconds or less. Less than, it will be better to say less than or equal to 0.5. Yes, and then if you will not do this, then it will be repeated itself by letter A, for example. Yes, I hope that you understand. Okay, and we have this type of things. Also we have keyboards, exercises, we have also different types of trees and roots, and also we have arrays, ARR, and ARR square bracket, AI square bracket, ARR square bracket, J square bracket, ARR square bracket, K square bracket, and etc. Also have the tasks with parentheses. Parentheses, it is this type of things, and need to create something inside of it. Also have palindromes exercises, I was learning about them. And also have different types of sorting algorithms: merge sort, quick sort, heap sort, tree sort, radix sort, shelf sort, team sort, bubble sort, bogo sort. Bogo sort is humorous one, you need to Google it, it's so funny. And it is when you do sorting by okay, let's see what will be right now. It is the most inefficient sort, but actually it could be efficient if you will do this easily. It is the same as playing bingo, but when you kind of blindfolded and you are playing bingo, you kind of guessing where you put your you have 2 different probabilities. First of all, you need to win the bingo. It is super mega hard actually. Probability is not super big, it is 0.0 and etc. And plus you have more probability that you are blindfolded and you need to kind of to check your numbers by the blindfolded eyes, and you don't see this actually, and it is +1 more, and you don't know what's inside of it, and this is bogus sort. Actually, it is when you're sorting by belief that maybe it will be, yes, and maybe it will be, and it will be the best solution ever, and it will be constant and amazing. But actually, it is almost own factorial or something. I don't know what's the actually efficiency of it, but I think that it's super mega not efficient in terms of the sorting. Also have searching algorithms: breadth first search, depth first search. We were talking about them there, you maybe remember yesterday. And breadth first search, it is when you are going by layers, and depth first search, it is when you go to the first tweak, then to the second tweak, then to the third tweak, then to the fourth tweak. Also have binary search tree. It is when on the left side, on the left branches, you have smaller values, on the right branches you have the greater values. And also have node dot value. We have edge dot val, the edge dot val, things and strings, and also Okay, we have this. Also we have matrices and sometimes rotations of them by kind of, you need to rotate. I imagine that you have the Rubik's Cube and it has the numbers. For example, 1, 2, 4, 7, 6, 8, 0, 1, 4 or something, and you need to rotate to change the locations. For example, there we are 1, 2, 4, and you need to locate them in the position of 1, 2, 4. It will be 1 to 4, yes, 4 to 1, it will be here, yes, and you need to rotate it. How will you do this? What's the algorithm to use? It is how will you do this, because it is the location on n times m. Actually we have, or oh no, it is n times n. When if it is a Rubik's Cube with 3 times 3, then it will be n times n, where the n actually equals to 3. Yes, and if it will be Rubik's Cube of 3 times m, that it will be n equals to 3 and m equals to 4, and then need to create. But actually it will be already not a Rubik's Cube, it will be a Rubik's parallelepiped, or maybe rectangle. Rectangle, because I said n times m. Actually, n times m. It means that I didn't say the third thing. Yes, think about it. I said n times n. N times n means only 2 dimensions, and 3 dimensions will be with n times n times n. If I will say n times m times m, then yes, it will be parallelepiped. But with n times m, it will be a rectangle. N times m, rectangle. Yes, 3 times 4, a rectangle. Not 3 times 4 times 3. It is already parallelepiped. Yes. Okay. And okay, we have geometry things: pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon, circle, triangle, rectangle, line, curvature, and also different types of locations of this. And also we have imaginary units, complex numbers, imaginary units and complex numbers, quaternions. Also quaternions, it is when we have imaginary units. Imaginary unit, what is it? It is it's the letter I that equals to the square root of -1, and the I equals the I squared equals to -1, actually -1, yes. And the quaternion formula, it is a plus b times a, b plus b times y plus c times j plus d times k. It is quaternion formula that I found on Wikipedia. And okay, we have different types of geometry, also game theory, and name game, game of life, board game, Sudoku, and also cards games, also poker and blackjack could be there, and also different types of computer games to kind of through the game theory field. Also number theory with Cephalopatus finis and different prime numbers, and also integer and natural and things of this nature numbers. We have different numbers, yes. So what's more we have? Graph theory, as I was talking before, it is with different graphs, trees, heaps, also hash tables with and recursive and dynamic programming. Recursions, Fibonacci sequences, Fibonacci, Tetranacci, Pentanacci, Hexanacci, Heptanacci, Octanacci, Nonacci, and Lucas series. Also Lindemeyer set, Mandelbrot set, Lindemeyer system, Mandelbrot set, Julia set. Mandelbrot set and Julia set, it is about different types of fractals. And Lindemeyer system, it is about Fibonacci. And also Pascal's triangle we have. Pascal's triangle, it is when with different types. You can Google it, it's interesting too. And Lindemeyer system, it is how in botany everything grows. You can Google it if you are interested in botany. Okay, Julia set, Mandelbrot set, Mandelbrot sphere, Mandelbrot blob, I don't know what's the name of it, okay, actually, correctly. Also, integration, differentiation, logarithmization. Yes, I think that we repeated everything. And actually, if we will write it in C++, it will be, we have different types of regular expression: LT, LE, GE, GT, U, NE. Actually, it is not how it is written. It will be written LT, for example. It is this way, the way it is triangle triangle bracket is opening. Also GT is triangle bracket is closing. And for example, Cout, COUT, LT, it is when you need to do output of something. When you need to do input, it will be CIN, it means character in input. Then it will be GT, and then you write with quotation mark, and in the previous scenario was to this thing with quotation mark. And also don't forget semicolons. If we do for loops, then it will be, we have different types of loops. We have for loops, while loops, and also do while loops, and also in other languages. And we have things like case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, break loops. And for loops, what is it? It is for parentheses int I equals to 0, semicolon, I less than 10, semicolon, I plus plus, semicolon, no, not semicolon, the parentheses, then curly bracket is opening, then body of the loop, then closing your curly bracket. Also while loops we have, also statements of if statements, we have also ampersand things. It is and on logic, bitwise logic and also have or with horizontal bar. Also have int, bytechart, in long flow, double char, string things, and vector and map, and different types of data structures, algorithms that we were already saying, and machine learning algorithms. We have two: regression algorithm, clustering algorithm, classification algorithm, classifiers, Bayesian, Gaussian, and others. So we are doing practice. It is interesting. Need to think how to practice it, because I understand that in the next video it will be maybe repeating. Sometimes I'm repeating myself in terms of that. Yes, they are repeating because we have only kind of right now the specific algorithms. It is the same with the letters of English. They are repeating itself, but actually they are sometimes changing the position. Bubble sort, by the way, it is about swapping. Merge sort, it is about go into this, and then constructing it. Divide and conquer also have dynamic programming, DP, and recursion, memoization also. It is the tool to kind of optimize by memory things. For example, we have Fibonacci sequence, and Fibonacci sequence you need to memorize actually to optimize it, to not remember all the things that you calculate, to remember the previous elements of n-2 and n-1, and nth element actually it equals to element of n-1 plus element of n-2 index. Also we have zero indexed. We have I indexed things. I was reading some descriptions of the tasks, and there we were I indexed, zero indexed, one indexed, and things of this nature. Nums, ANS, and others, and also sequence from 1 to n, sequence from 1 to k, also v and u, v ith, and also ith, v, or I don't know how to pronounce it in English, and also ui or ug. We have something u. I imagine that we have u with element of j, set of u. And also have subsets and sets and multisets and multimaps and maps and associative arrays, association lists, backs, radix tree, suffix tree, ternary tree, binary tree, B tree, B plus tree, B asterisk tree, B sharp tree, 2-3 heap, hash max. Also we have functions of min max. Yes, to find the minimum and maximum. And also we have GCD and LSM. Actually, no, LCM. LCM, it is least common multiplier or something. And GCD, it is greatest common divisor. Greatest common divisor of 25 and 30, it is 5, for example, yes? And greatest and least common multiplier of 18 and of 16 and 20, it will be 80. Don't know why, because you need 16 times 5 it is 80, and 4 times 20 it is 80. It is quotient, least common quotient, we can say. I think so. It is. I need to Google this, how it is pronounced in your language. And in Russian it is NOK. It is наименьшее общее кратное, actually. And in your it is, I think so, LCM or something. GCD, okay. GCD, LCM, DFS, BFS, and also have registers of assembly language. It is AX, BX, CX, DX, EAX, CBX, CX, CDX, RAX, RBX, RCX, RDX, RDI, RSI, RBP, RSP, ESI, EDI, EBP, ESP, SPH, SPL, BPH, BPL, DIH, DL, SIH, SL, HL, BH, BL, CH, CL, DH, DL. And also movements, MOV, JMP, JE, Exchange, XCHG, CMP, XCHG, CMP, CMPS, compare, and features of this nature, and swap also, and also feature extractions, and it is already about different things. Also have logistic regression, linear regression, and okay, it was things that I was describing. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit of our talk, and maybe not only a little bit, maybe a lot. We will continue our practice. In the next time, maybe it will be new terms that need to know. And see you next time. Improve Saldele.